had to really advocate for myself to get my blood work done, and sure enough, something was found. Hello there, all you wonderful people of the internet. It is Monday, and we are hanging out outside today. We also are trying out a new thing with Greyson. As you can see, his crate is in here. We brought it in here during Ari's birthday party just so that people could easily get in and out. And we kind of don't want to put it back, but he's been doing really good. And Rennie's in such a good mood today. She's a happy baby. So we've been practicing basically making that front hall his like space, quote unquote. Still kind of is the first time that he has been back there with us, like not in the house at all. He did really good yesterday though with us like being home and putting him in here on and off. I think when he realizes that he will get that when we leave the house over going in his crate, that he'll like it and be excited about it. But he hasn't earned freedom of the house yet. So it's been a really long time since he like chewed anything or ripped up anything, and he hasn't done anything significant. I think he chewed up Ryan's sandals like months and months and months and months and months ago, and like right after we got him, he chewed up Revlin's eraser. Right now he's like whining every once in a while, but he's laying on his bed. We did still leave his like crib bed in there because he has one of the old crib mattresses that the girls had, so we did still leave that for him to like have something comfy to lay on, obviously. But the big crate isn't taking up all the space, which is nice. We'll see how he does. I'm really hoping that he does well because I'd like for him to have more space when we're gone until he can have full freedom like Daisy and Callie do. But yeah, we'll work our way up.
Whoa, what is it? Do you know what that is?
No.
Those are the beans. The beans that you guys were playing with that you dumped all over.
Plants we grow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's two.
That's pretty exciting, huh?
Yeah.
We're gonna have to pull them out though.
Why?
Because we can't have bean stalks growing in the front yard. Ari's still sleeping, so we can't get anything from the garage right now.
Okay, now let's just pretend to walk to places.
Where are we pretending to walk to?
To the ice cream store.
Oh.
The ice cream store.
Is this the ice cream store?
Cool.
They've been loving the Billabos. Playing with them like this, huh? Okay, go frog. Go frog. Leapfrog. Yellow. You are so cute.
We've come out to Lowe's and Ari has requested to sit on the riding lawnmower.
We're on a hunt for mommy. Go, nope, back this way, Gotta go right. I think she went down here. You guys are good helpers. Are you having fun? Oh, you got me. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Watch where you're going. It is now Tuesday evening, and Rev and I are outside. The other three ladies are all taking a nap. I got my rain barrel all hooked up. So yep, got this like Flexus spout, I think is what it's called. Just hooked that up, sliced a hole in the top of the barrel, stuck it in there, and it's nice and tight. And sealed that lid, and wha-bam. One of the things that, I don't know, maybe isn't ideal, because this lid kind of bulges up in the center and has a dip around the edge. I put 4 real small holes around the edge. That way any water that rains or lands right on here will hopefully go to the edge and drop down and fill it up. Rev's over here playing in the dirt. I can't show you because she's just in her underwear and boots, but it's so cute. She's like a little farm girl in her boots, and then you know, just in her underwear, enjoying the outdoors. It is gorgeous out here though. What you doing? What are you doing?
We putting it in here.
Oh, you're digging it up and putting it in there?
Yeah.
Wow, you're doing good. Oh, and over there too?
Yeah.
Oh goodness, you're filling up everything, huh?
Yeah.
You having fun? How about you, Gray? Greyson, are you having fun? I'm now working on this rain barrel over here. I already got the hole in, got that done, but I need to slice this. And I got my line here, cardboard back there with the jigsaw? Sawzall, that's what it is. However, I decided I would wait until Arianna and Ren are awake because if I cut that right there, they will most definitely wake up and, you know, might be a little cranky if they wake up before they're ready. Making progress, we're getting somewhere.
Me too.
You're getting somewhere?
Yeah.
Good deal. I'm happy. I'm proud of you.
Yay.
You were not just trying to eat the raspberry and blueberry bushes, were you? You best not be. Crazy pup here. You want this? Should it be a toy? Do you want it to be a toy? Because it can be. It's garbage otherwise.
I gotcha. You're trying to be sneaky over there, huh? Okay, so the rest of this vlog is going to be me talking about the results for my blood test. I finally got them back. If you missed those vlogs or you're newer to our channel, then I had 2 superficial blood clots that one of them took over my entire arm after giving birth to Rensley. And we didn't really know why exactly. My hematologist was a little questioning that he thought it was just birth related, one of the like out of the norm circumstances that happens. And I had to really advocate for myself to get my blood work done, and sure enough, something was found. So this is also a testament to say, advocate for yourself if you feel like something is off. Unfortunately, I'm already kind of familiar with this kind of life because I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. So I had to advocate for myself for 22 years before I finally got my diagnosis for that. So unfortunately, I'm kind of already used to that life with doctors, but they did find something, and that is called protein S functional deficiency. Now, before all of my people that are like waiting for me to fail at being vegan, protein S functional has nothing to do with what you eat. He actually ran all of that. My magnesium, potassium, my protein, B12, all those levels were perfect. So yay for that. I was excited to see that. So everything is good, like food wise. It had nothing to do with that. But protein S, there's something called protein S and protein C. They have to do with your clotting abilities in your blood. And protein S deficiency is usually a genetic mutation that causes your blood to clot too much. So that is what I have. That's what's going on. So I had to be tested twice. The first time my levels came back at 50, and then the second time they came back at 40 with a percentage, like functional percentage of 16%, I think it was. And those tests were like 2 months apart, my like recheck. For sure, that's what's going on. But I am going to have the actual genetic test to look for the mutation, but it's most likely that it's that, because the only really other thing that kind of happens from that is if you have like liver disease, which all my liver numbers have been fine. So that's probably not the problem. Essentially what that means though is I am constantly at risk for blood clots. We don't know for certain why it is starting right now. I asked him if it's something where it's like not active, and kind of like lupus or celiacs, at any point in your life you could like have it there in your genetics, but something will activate it, like a simple cold or childbirth or pregnancy, anything like that can kind of activate it. And I asked him if that was the case with it. I don't know if he didn't understand my question fully, but he kind of said like, no, that wouldn't be it. He did say though, however, I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, obviously, and I've always wondered why I never had issues with hemorrhaging at birth, or really ever. I've never had issues with that, and that is something that very commonly occurs with EDS, is hemorrhaging, you easily bleed. And so he said that it's possible that kind of my EDS is acting as a natural blood thinner, and they're kind of like fighting each other. My protein S functional deficiency is kind of fighting my EDS, and they're kind of balancing each other out basically. It could be that because of being vegan now, it has like greatly improved my EDS symptoms, that maybe now the protein S functional deficiency is kind of winning a little bit more. We don't know exactly, but with my history, I haven't ever had a spontaneous blood clot. With this deficiency, it's always possible that you could have a spontaneous blood clot, not just provoked. My current history only shows provoked, which is those 2 IVs that I had, and possibly, we don't know, I may have had a deep vein thrombosis or another superficial in my leg that was not provoked, or well, it would have been considered provoked from pregnancy delivery. So we don't know fully kind of what my risk is, but he's considering me more like a moderate risk right now based on history. My thing is, we can't really go off my history because historically speaking, I don't even have provoked blood clots because I've never had this issue before until now. But you know, he's the hematologist. I totally get what he's saying. But because of that, he's kind of leaving it in my boat whether I go on blood thinners indefinitely or I don't. So right now, I have to make like a decision. I'm leaning towards, at least while breastfeeding, not being on them at all, and then getting retested once I'm done breastfeeding, because the thing with breastfeeding is he said that I can be on warfarin, which I thought that I couldn't, but it is very aggressive, and besides Lovenox, those are the only two that I can be on blood thinner wise while breastfeeding. But he did ultimately say that it is up to me, my decision, whether to get on them or not get on them. And I am leaning towards waiting, like I said, till I'm done breastfeeding, retaking my levels, seeing where they're at, and then deciding from there. So each side has the risks. I can take blood thinners and I have to worry about, you know, if I hit my head, I could have a brain bleed. If I get in a car accident, I could bleed out internally. Doesn't sound fun. You know, there's a lot of risks with being on blood thinners, but then there's also the risk of not being on blood thinners and I could get a spontaneous blood clot. And it sounds scarier out loud than I feel like it is. Like from the sounds of it, he made it sound like, you know, I've had this my whole life. I've made it to 26 just fine and no issues. And I am very grateful for what going vegan has done for my body alone. Even if it makes it worse, that's fine. Like, I would much rather worry about this than have constant chronic pain. I would just, yeah, I would choose that over chronic pain, quite honestly. But he did say though, like, there are a few things, obviously if I get pregnant again, which Ryan got vasectomy, so that's not gonna happen. Well, it could still happen, but very unlikely. I would have to be on blood thinners the entire pregnancy. If I ever get a surgery, have a surgery done, I would have to be on an aggressive anticoagulant, I think he said. And obviously, like, if I get in car accidents or any kind of accident, anything, doctors need to be aware. The important thing right now though is that it's on my chart now. I've been diagnosed with it. We know about it. All of my doctors will know about it. Ari's going to get checked today at her appointment to see if she has it. I am gonna be, I think I said I'm being sent to the geneticist to actually get tested for the actual like genetic mutation. But because Ari has to get blood work today anyway for allergies, I don't know if we talked about that, but I will save that for another vlog. Because she's getting tested for allergies today, they're just gonna pull blood anyway, so they're gonna check for that as well. And so yeah, we're kind of just gonna go from there. And then if my genetic mutation like actually comes back in the genetic screening, then we will go ahead and have the other girls tested, because obviously we would want to know if they had it too. So that is what is going on. We officially have a reason. As weird as it is to say, I am relieved. It is nice to know that there is a reason. And it's just like with my EDS diagnosis. I'm not thrilled to have EDS. I don't like having EDS. But when you're constantly going through, you know, years in that case, or months in this case, of constant issues going on and you just don't know why, and you finally have an actual reason, it's just kind of a relief. So again, advocate for yourself if you feel like something is wrong, because my doctor didn't even want to take this test. He was like 99% certain that everything would come back fine. I thought it was, you know, a normal but less common side effect of delivering, and he was wrong. So, you know, doctors are not always right. They're human too. And that's why it's so important to listen to your own body and stick to your guns. Really, this boils down to me never being more grateful for having Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which sounds weird to say, but when you think about it, EDS, it's not a life or death situation. You know, it's not something that I have to worry about dying the next day. But quite honestly, with a blood clotting disorder, that is something that is concerning and that is kind of in the back of your mind if it's not properly treated or caught. And my EDS has been helping and combating that. At least that's what my hematologist thinks, and we kind of think that's probably what the deal is here. So I'm grateful for it. I don't know if I mentioned before, my dad has some kind of like blood clotting disorder. We don't fully know what's going on with that. So it's looking like I probably got it. If I do have that genetic mutation, I probably got it from him. And then I have EDS likely from my mom. She hasn't been officially diagnosed, but she has all of the symptoms, everything. She's probably the one. So, you know, I got one from my dad, one from my mom, and they're kind of evening each other out so that Ariana can have the most normal life possible, hopefully, with those two things. Yeah, I'm just grateful to have two disorders that fight against each other in a good way. And I'm just gonna go continue living my life. It is what it is. And you can't change it, you know? There's nothing I can't change my genetics. I can't change what my actual genetic makeup wants to do or be, so you might as well just embrace it. And be thankful for the little things, like having two that fight against each other. So I'm gonna end the vlog here though. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you are new. We will see your wonderful faces though on Tuesday. Bye.